What's going on, guys? This is another episode of Inside the Mind of NFL Mind of Miami the Great. I'm your host, Miami the Great. How's everyone doing? We're back here again, here live on the Miami the Great 305 page, and also we're live on YouTube, the Talk It Up page, and we're live on DWE Radio, the radio that's not on the radio. How you guys doing? We're going to get into some NFL talk. A lot of talk that we didn't get into Tuesday. We got into some draft stuff, go over some news, latest news that came out on the Adam Shepard's page. We'll probably take a look at some news today since we didn't get time. I did give you guys my rundown of what I thought about the draft Tuesday because I didn't get the chance to go live with you guys to really watch the draft and give you guys my really like live reaction. We talked about everything that happened, my surprises, my picks that I'm looking for, and we'll continue to keep doing that as we get ready for this NFL season. Me and CJ will be returning on Tuesday, 6 o'clock p.m. on the EVP NFL recap show for the NFL week. We'll be discussing everything that happened throughout the week. But don't worry, Inside the NFL Mind of Miami will stay live on Thursdays to cover the Thursday game only. We'll talk about the Thursday game. I'll give y'all guys my top 5 teams and what was my game of the week on that Thursday. I think that will be something we'll do as the week go along. I think after week 1, I won't do it. We'll just basically go over bets and picks and who I think who we should take in the bets on DraftKings. And I'll give y'all guys a couple lines so you guys can win a little money there and get your pockets right. I think that will set everyone up for the weekend as we get ready for the NFL season. So I think that will help everyone out, and I think everyone will probably like that as we get on to this season. We'll also get ready for some more stuff. Like I say, we'll have probably a fantasy. I guess me and CJ will still do like this fantasy draft that we was going to do. I don't know if he's still going to do it, but I hope so. As we get ready for the season, I'm like I say, you'll always get the news from me, even on Thursday if that's something that's like there where we can just have some talks about it. I think that's something we'll definitely talk about. Like I say, Shepard mostly gives us some great information for the week, so I think we'll be good to go on his page. Usually we do stuff on. I usually do this stuff on ESPN website, which I did with you guys this Tuesday. We really broke down the draft through the ESPN website. And like I say, even if the day we have a little more time, because I know I came on a little late, but I tried to start at 6. Someone will be going live on the Talk It Up page, so that's why I had to switch over back to my page, which I was already live on. So, um, guys, just join me for that if you want to. Um, Probably be changing that page name here soon, but we'll see. Um, Depends on how we feel on that. But yeah, like I said, guys, get ready for some information. We'll talk. You can get your trades talk here. Your NFL information here where I usually talk about that. We'll talk about releases, signings. Like I say, game talk will be for Thursdays. We'll talk about free agents, which I did touch on that a little bit Tuesday with you guys. I think we did discuss a little bit of that before the end of the show. Before it got 8 o'clock, and like I say, we'll just get in talks about that and go from there, and just talk about what we think this season will be. Like I say, there was some great moves. I seen a lot of news come out today, so we'll just get into some news. Let's just get into some NFL news, and we'll discuss that. Let's go to Shepard's page. I think we'll just kind of go on his X and get some of this information from his side of the page. I did. I think today, since I'm in a better area, they was in a better area. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. But yeah, we'll see. Hold on, guys. I was texting my bag. I ain't want to kind of repeat myself. Let's go to Shepard's page. And like I said, we'll get into the first news that broke out today. I don't know if you guys know the new player from for Philadelphia that got drafted this past 2 weeks. Lemon. He had the number 0 at first. He's going in at number 9. It says former Eagles quarterback Nick Foles gives his blessing to the first round draft pick. Lemons to wear the number 9, and that's shots out of him. Usually, you don't get those vets to give up that number. Sometimes most guys don't really care about the number. Most of the time, it doesn't mean so much to them, especially if they've been in the season for a long time. But shouts out to Lemon. I hope I see some great things from him throughout the new season. But he has the number 9. He started off with number 0 at first, but we'll see. We'll get into the next topic, which is the release that's here. That's from Shepard's. It says Raiders have released the linebacker Jimmy Davidson's from the Raiders here. This just came out 2 hours ago, so this is I sort of say this will be. I guess that will be breaking news here, but yeah, the Raiders have let go their linebacker Davis from the Raiders. Let's go to our next one. It says the Titans are expecting a fifth year option on their guard Pete Sanaka. I guess that's how you say his name. So there's probably suspecting him to come back to the Titans. Like I said, the Titans. I gave y'all guys my assessment of what I thought about the Titans. I think the Titans they did pretty good. They really feel like they are the team to be the impact team, if you ask me. As we get along into this year, um, I think one of the breaking news of today. I'm not gonna lie, the NFL news that came out today, the rookie deal signing of the first rounder for the rookie for Baltimore Ravens, did sign his first deal this week, today. So shouts to him. I'm going to find out more information with that guy. So we'll find out that. Let's look at this. It says the Colts have a wave. They waived their defense in. And they waived their defense in Franco Noka Jr. and their linebacker Joseph, and they released their guard Murray, and they waived their injured tackle Wilson. So the Colts have really kind of either waive or released someone today. It seems like they like I told you guys, I think one of the deepest things I am worried about is the Colts. They were so good last year. With this, I wouldn't go too deep in doing mm, too much bets on them. I have to see for the first 2 weeks and see how things play out. Because I feel like all they needed was Jones, and then they'll be good. But once they let their wide receiver go, I was like, man, I don't know no more. The wide receiver they had, he's with Mike Pitts. He's with the Steelers, and we'll definitely talk about the Steelers here in a couple of minutes because I did see some news about the Steelers quarterback, and we'll talk about them too. But let's get into the next topic here, which is the Packers have indeed picked up their 5th-year option on the rushing yard. Naseed, their 13 pick in the 2023 draft. A source said confirmed on the reports today. And it looks like it says back in 2027, which is this year, he will make up to 13.8 million, making up for his up for this upcoming season. So that's something that's we have to see now. We have some more news here, and this is about the Eagles. It says the Eagles now have signed 4 2026 draft picks, and we talked about. I think I did talk about this with you guys. The first round pick was Lemon, the wide receiver. I do know that the 5th round pick was Coles. Coles. The seventh round pick was Wickenen. I guess that's how you pronounce his name. Their 7th round pick was Keyshawn James, um, and Ross Jones. Let's see, we got some more here. Let me click more. No, okay, no, that's it. So, yeah, the Eagles quite a few draft picks this year. They're known for doing that. I know of them. I think they still are trying to figure out what they're going to do with Brown. AJ Brown. I think that's something that they're going to be. We'll talk about here too as we get through as we go through the news today. I think that's something that I've been noticing that they want to do as before I'm hoping that they can do it before the season starts, but it seems like that deal's not going to get done. Probably get done right when the season starts. I don't know. I think they do want some draft pick and some draft capital off of that. So I'm thinking that's what the Eagles are looking for as we go on into the year of the NFL. It says the Bengals are not picking up their 5th-year option and the defensive end Murray, um, but they are having interests in keeping him in the fold the long time. Murs has had 5.5 sacks with Cincinnati last season. And it seems like they're not optioning it, but they're keeping an eye on it, keeping their options open of just in case if something goes wrong, because you never know, someone could get hurt, and you need that guy who you feel like can get you those few sacks there. Now, 5 sacks is not bad, but if this is from the whole season, I think yes, it says last season. That's not good enough. I think that he needs to work if he's on the off time and just work on getting better and faster, and then maybe when he gets back on, being better than he was. Get a trainer to get you to that next level. Five is not good, but you need to get it up a little more if you ask me. That's just my assessment on that. We already talked about the first round pick Lemon by him signing. You can see there he had number one, but we already know who's number one on the Eagles. But he had the number jersey 0. But we also learned today that he's getting a 4-year full guaranteed deal already, included with $11.5 million signing bonus with the Eagles. So shouts out to him. I'm pretty sure after this, they'll probably franchise tag him a couple times. I think they gotta do it twice. They have the Eagles have that option to franchise tag them twice after this, if they want to. So, I mean, hey, he's got his money early, so that's good on him. Hopefully, he spends that wisely, especially now he's got those deals. And we did talk about the Pro Bowl. We didn't. Okay, no, this is the actual Pro Bowler. That news came out today for the Baltimore Ravens. It says more about the six-time Pro Bowler defensive linebacker Coleman retires with the Bengals. He did retire. We did learn that today. Like I say, I we'll talk about it more when we get into some of the draft bets. I would not lie to you guys. I still will put the Ravens on the line, but I don't know. They could be that Cinderella team. You know what I'm saying? I never doubt they will put that down the line as being that team of being the Cinderella team and coming out being being the team that they want to do. As you can see here, it says the six-time Pro Bowler defensive end Campbell will play in Baltimore. He played in Baltimore from 2020 to 2022, and his return. Oh, okay, he's returning. So I read that wrong. He's actually returning on a 1-year deal with the Ravens, per sources say. Campbell will be 40 in September, and it will be his 19 NFL season. So I don't know. Let me see here, guys, because maybe something changed here. Let's see. It says here how long Campbell has performed at the high level. He was voted. Okay, so it says they're breaking down at his highest level. He was voted the NFL's 2010 All Defensive Team. So he did get that. Let's see. It says most NFL seasons defensive line all time, and he has actually 19 through 2008 through 2026. And it says including 2026, so that is included. I'm trying to make sure that anything changed because I did see that, and I could be wrong because I'm pretty sure we seen up here it was saying something about him retiring, but maybe I could be wrong. Maybe I read something wrong, but it could be. Let's see. Um, no, let me see here. Oh, okay, I read that wrong. Okay, so it says reunited with. I was thinking it's retired. My bad, y'all. So it's reunited. So he's reuniting with the Ravens. So shouts out to him. He's reuniting with his old team. He could help that defense. I think that's what they feel like. And you want to have those vet guys in there. So I think that's something that's good for them, and we'll definitely have to see here. It says most draft including 32 picks. So that's just saying this giving us assessments or something. We'll read some more news here. That's actually NBA. It says here and I know you guys. We was talking about the referee um assignment of the refs this week, and it was ain't including. We did talk about how they was going to do the new kickoffs. I think something was. I think if I'm not mistaken, we did talk about them talk about field goals, things like that. So that was something that we did talk about earlier this year. That we seen throughout the year. Congratulations to the NFL rushing leader and three-time Pro Bowler James Cook. He has graduated from the University of Georgia and will walk at his ceremony at May the 8th, which is already passed. No, it's actually coming up. So May the 8th is coming up. So he will be doing a walk. So shouts out to James Cook, man. He's a great player. Remember, that's one guy I did tell you guys, hey, if you want to put someone down for that 50 yarder, you definitely put him down. He's going to most likely get that for you. I think that's something that will not will definitely hit unless in the line. A couple people you got to keep up with those injuries too. I think that's one main thing you want to do as you go into it. Let's see here, and I did see something about the Vikings. It says Vikings GM searching is on the underway. Oh, so yeah, I did read this. I thought it was, so. I remember them. I remember seeing this that the Vikings was looking for a GM, which is crazy because they just did the draft, and I did not know that the Vikings didn't have a GM, and they really actually did pretty decent and draft. Like I was saying, you guys, the Vikings was one of those people that I did take a good kindly like a licking of their picks when it came to doing the draft. So I think that was something they definitely did good. So I did read that and I was like, it was pretty shocking to me, if you ask me. It says also some news here about the Houston Texas, one of the Houston Texas player, Pro Bowler, linebacker. Here it says has agreed to terms on his 3-year extension with the Houston Texans. So shouts out to him that will help their defense. He's a big payout for a key member of Houston's defense, and it's a Walter Payton Man of the Year nominator. So hey, and me and CJ we raved about that Houston defense so much, man. I think Houston was one of those teams that we definitely I think kept a said keep an eye on. If you ask me, I think that's one of the teams that you want to definitely keep an eye on as we get on to this year. And that if that defense comes out anything like they did last year, they'll definitely make it a long way when it comes to Houston. I think Houston will be that team that you want to keep an eye on as we get along into the year of the NFL. So um, it says four-time All Pro safety Simmons has announced it. Now this is a retirement. Has announced his retirement after the ninth NFL season with the Broncos. He wore the number 31 jersey. He's retiring from the Broncos. So hey man, shouts out to him. Glad just you got to finish this game and play at the highest level that you feel like you could play. So man, we wish you a rest of the career, man. It says here that it says more about um one of the Tennessee's president of the NFL has stepped down. I did not know that. This was on April the 9th. So one of the Tennessee presidents has exit the president of the football organization has exited and stepped down. I did not know that. And like I said, Tennessee was another team. They did pretty good too in their draft. If you ask me, I feel like they did very great. I did like some of the things and some of the moves that they did do. I did not know this. Says and it says here, yeah, it says the president of the organization has announced that he will step down. Finding that quite strange. We'll see how that will affect Tennessee. Will it affect Tennessee? Will it not affect Tennessee? We don't know. It says lineman has picked up a 5th-year contract option with their running back, Gibbs. Like I said, we know that Gibbs is a beast. I think I would suspect a lot of great things from Gibbs. I would want to see how he would be assessed. If you ask me, I think is one of the things that we will see once it gets down to this year when it comes to Gibbs. I think Gibbs is one of the guys that you want to put out there and be the bell cow of the team, and I think he can. If at the end of the day, I see him being that bell cow of a team. If you ask me, so we'll see. It says Chargers have their 5th-year option with the wide receiver Quincy Johnson here. So and this is another cat that you got to keep an eye on. I did start to learn with him that you have to put some of your money options on. I think he does good with the money line. If you ask me, at the end of the day, I feel like that's something that you have to keep looking at. So he has extended his contract to a 5th year. And I think he will be a great wide receiver for the Chargers. I think he is that strong deep that. It says the 49ers has signed a running back, McClellan, and a safety, see, Patrick Moore. I guess they signed them both to a 1-year deal. The 49ers. We did see, and this is where you probably got, and most of these guys who probably are signed was probably free agency. I did talk about this Tuesday where I was like, we probably see, and I probably missed it because it's kind of old news, but I was telling you guys that some of those free agents will get signed or got signed, so they might don't be on that list no more. So I think we'll have to wait and see. It says the Patriots have went out and got a cornerback 5th year for his 5th-year contract option today, which that was April the 28th when that happened, guys. Wasn't today, but that on that day, that's when that happened. Also on the 28th, they had released their vet running back Mitchell. The Patriots did on the 28th. That was April the 28th. I don't know too much about Mitchell. That's not a name that rings a bell. So and he's a vet. The NFL really doesn't value the running back once you got that malice on you. He probably won't get picked up, so we probably won't see this guy again, especially he's a vet. I could say the name doesn't ring a bell. It could have been, but we'll see about it. Now, yeah, I did see this and it was quite interesting. I think I did read about this. It was saying that Baltimore Ravens has signed the undraft Vanderbilt quarterback Dylan Diego. I did see this. It was on Thursday. I meant Tuesday. This was around the April the 28th time, 3 days before he was scheduled to try out with the team at his rookie mini camp. So I did read that. I think I did see something where he came out, he was a little upset that he went undrafted. I think a lot of people was kind of shocked he went undrafted. Um, by him being with the Ravens, will he get a chance? I don't know. Lamar, I think they still have their backup that stepped in from last year. I don't see them like really putting them in, but you never know. We've seen some weird things happen. I mean, one time the 49ers went through 3 quarterbacks, so things happen. If you ask me, um, as we get into it now, another something that happened on April the 28th. I just want you guys to remember that Browns did sign former Broncos fullback um, who was with the Broncos. So that was on April the 28th. This was something else. I think I did want to go over with you guys, but I didn't get the chance to because we had just came back Tuesday. This was actually April 28th, so most of this was on the day I think I went live. So we'll probably run down some of the stuff that happened on April the 28th, and once I can pass that, because this was probably things I did miss on the 28th. So yeah, we'll discuss that because that was actually Tuesday. So we didn't get the chance to talk about this, guys. So that's why I'm running through it real quick. So please bear with me, guys. Shouts out to everyone who's coming in with you guys. So thank you guys for stopping by. It says the NFL, the 49ers free agent who's still a free agent, wide receiver Jenkins, and I'm surprised. Jenkins, he's a pretty decent wide receiver. I'm surprised he's still a free agent. Said he was supposed to visit that night. It was that on that Wednesday, which would have been the 29th, with the Vikings. Now I haven't heard nothing new. As you can see, we went down the whole list. We haven't heard nothing new. I'm surprised he's still a free agent. I feel like he could still be something. I'm surprised the Colts haven't got him, gave him a call. Hell, why not the Bears? You know, I feel like he's up there in that area. The Bears, he can fit well with the Bears. I still say the Bears need something to have that splash player, and I feel like he will do good with him and Williams. I think Williams needs that safety net and that comfort zone with his one of his wide receivers. You got to get this guy in here quick, especially for minicamp, because you want your quarterback to get comfortable with his wide receiver. I think that's just something that you definitely want to keep in mind as we get along into this NFL season. But we'll have to keep an eye on it. Like I said, we're going to just run down everything through April the 28th because I did not talk about everything on April 28th, guys. So just bear with me because we did talk about nothing but the draft. It says the Steelers on April the 28th. It says the Steelers free agent wide receiver Scotty Morris Miller. He had visited the Detroit Lions that day. He was currently scheduled to try out that next week for the Chicago Bears. So, and then look, and there's a wide receiver. So I don't know if he did. Like I said, I didn't see anything new up there. So we'll have to see. It says we'll definitely have to see about that. So, and I did see something about Rogers here. Well, we see some more. It says okay, sources says the Steelers place place him on the UFA and Rogers, meaning that he can accept a 10% raise off last year's salary, which would would pay him out to 15 million this season. I thought I did see something where they were saying Rogers. There was some things going on with Rogers, going on with him. I thought they were saying something about he was probably um doing some things and leaving there. Now they're talking about Taylor Allen left Atlanta and signed with Arizona, and he's finally could be led back. I think this is around probably draft, so it's probably draft talk. Yeah, I read this and my prayers to Lawrence Taylor. Everyone knows about LT. I think everyone raised about LT. If you don't know about LT, I think he gets compared to Michael Parsons so much. I did read this and I didn't hear nothing else about it. So I'm hoping everything is okay. I remember them saying that he was in the hospital, but this was like the 27th around that time, and that's when that had happened. I'm finna look for some new news, guys, real quick. Let's go. Let me go find you guys some more stuff because, like I said, we did look at that. I'm gonna look at some NFL stuff. I think I did see something on YouTube Sports NFL. Let me make sure because I think we really kind of ran down most of the stuff I did miss on that 28th because, like I said, we didn't talk about a lot of stuff. Um, we I talked about the draft. I said I gave you guys my thoughts about who was 1 through 20 32. I gave y'all guys about my thoughts about that. We seen the stuff now. I don't know if you guys heard about the news, and this is why I said maybe the Saints are going to win their division, and and this had came NFL's page, and it was right away I seen this, and I was like, the first thing I thought was, okay, the Saints are really winning their division now. And shouts out to the Saints, man. Shouts out to people from Louisiana. It says from a heartbreak history story. It says the rise of the Saints, and I was like, oh man, that's definitely and this is basically talking about around Hurricane Katrina. I know how much I remember that time. The Saints, man, they really rallied that team, and man, that team really for the things they did, man. It was like it was crazy. You had to see it to really kind of believe it and see it with your own eyes. That year, so incredible year for the Saints, and this, and for them to come out with this, I was like, man. I said to you guys, the Saints will win their division or probably be damn near second in the division. Now this coming out, I really fear that they could be the winners of their division. And that was something I was telling you guys, just try to make sure to put that down. But shouts out to the Saints, man. The Saints are a good team. The South is, I think the South will be pretty decent, pretty competitive. If you ask me, assess it, accept themselves, and go the way they want to go with this year. I'm looking. I think we did talk about the Campbell stuff. It looks like he actually came from the Cardinals because it look. I meant not Cardinals, but the Washington Commanders. So it looks like that was the whole thing when we when we talked about it. So that's where he came from. I'm looking for some more stuff. They really actually talk about the draft on here. I'm just looking to see can we find some more news. A lot of people are doing ministry camp. Philadelphia is posted back to work here. So a lot of ministry camp is coming out of the social news on there. Going right now that we didn't cover real quick, guys. I'm just gonna see and just scan through and see that we got anything because most of this is like draft talk. Because I feel like draft was like one of the biggest ones that we had going into this year's season. I feel like we could probably have a better year than we had last year. So that's something that I keep telling you guys just to try to keep in mind. If you ask me, for the NFL season, and that's all I want for, and I do want that to be a thing for them. So we'll just have to wait and see how is that going to go for them. Nothing's on Bleach Report. Let's go to you. Let's go here real quick, and I'm just looking through real quick, guys, to just make sure um, nothing's on the actual stuff. Let's go to the Yahoo. I'm gonna go to Yahoo Sports. Usually they have like a few NFL um news here on here, guys. So I'm gonna run through here and see real quick what they got going on, who they talk about. I'll probably hit on that and give y'all guys my thoughts about that too. Um, I did see some more stuff, and I'm probably gonna look through some stuff real quick and see because I think I did have some like save stuff I did want to touch on. Um, yeah, we already talked about the lemon pepper, Lou deal. They're talking about that. We already talked about the Campbell deal there. So I think we basically touched. I think Shepard has touched most of the stuff. Let me make sure because I might got something here saved in my actual um um I'll take a look at that and I'll give you guys my thoughts about that. But oh, why I don't know why my camera was so low. I was sitting back. Let me look. I think I had some few things bookmarked where there was some things I did want to touch on with you guys on my bookmark. Because most of the time my Mark, but I think we cover. I think I covered talk about with the everyone, and I wanted to talk about too. What you guys? I think that's something that we can talk about as we get pull this up real quick. Okay, so it's giving us the it says the seven running backs who winner from the draft that you need to know about for fantasy football. And I was telling you guys that me and CJ might do a actual fantasy football um thingy actual fantasy football ourselves. So that's something that I think you guys, if you want the guys look out for, you can. And I think it will be pretty decent when we do it. But we're starting off with David Montgomery. He's now with Houston. I know you guys are like, well, why is he not with the Lions? The Lions actually traded him and sent him to the the Texas. So they sent him to Texas. I think that's something that we have to keep in mind as we get on long within the day. I think that's something that we got to see, and I love more. I think he's going to do great with the Texas. I think he's going to get a lot of yards, especially if that defense comes back. How the way they're going to come back, I think that will be a great. This is a great fit for him. Number two, we already know Jenkins. He's with Carolina. I mean, not Carolina, but he's with the Cleveland Browns. I think the Browns did, and we did talk about this. I did talk about this with you guys before we got into the season. We did talk about that, and we said that the Browns was a team that we felt could have been um a team that could be great to go all the way. And but I think Quincy, I don't know if he's hurt. No, no, no. Okay, so no, this is actually a draft pick, draft person. So, and I think the Browns will probably run the ball a lot. We all know about Love, but I think he will be their bell cow for next year. If you ask me, that's something that we have to definitely keep looking out for as we go into the year of this year. I think Love will be running the ball. He actually, I seen him on the pick line. We, like I say, we definitely will talk about that. I think I will try to get into that next week before we get into the season, because I'm pretty sure that most of the lines have went down now since after we got in with the draft. Most people might could be waiting too, so that's something that you probably want to keep looking out for as we go along in the season of the draft. So I think that's something that we have to all look out for as we go along into this season. So let's see how everyone goes as we get along. And I love Love. I think we heard about him. We heard about all the Notre Dame talk. So he will be someone we will keep an eye out on. We have the other, let's see, another running back that went to Cleveland, went to Cavalier, South Carolina, the Panthers. I think that's something that we have to keep in mind when we look at the Panthers. I think the Panthers will do a great job with the ball. I think that's something that we have to, take a look at and just keep in mind as we go along into the day of seeing where we're going to go with them. I think one of the people that we have to keep in mind is them right here. So I think the Panthers are going to do well. It's just I'm more afraid for where they're going to go than um anyone. So I think that's something that we have to keep a eye on as we go along into the season for the NFL season. So we'll see with them. Carolina could be a credible threat for the NFL people. Now, I said this, and I do not take nothing from Scatterboo. And this is this. I told you guys. I don't know if anyone was listening, but I said, hey, the the New York Giants could get healthy at the right time. We know Scatterboo has had suffered a I say really a bad injury. It was really kind of bad. You asked me at the end of the day. I feel like it was. I feel like they could have gave him a little more help at the end of the day. But I feel like that's just something that we have to see. He ran good, especially when it seems like to me New York started getting the feeling of it, and you could tell once they lost him, you could kind of see that they identity kind of went away too from that, and you can kind of see that when they as we went along into the year. So I think that's something that we have to keep a eye out on, and just keep an assessment on just seeing where we're gonna go as we get along this year, and just seeing how we will go as we get along this year. And I think that's something that all of us have to keep an eye on. I think he will do if he will come back, and I think he has so much to prove. Scatterboo is one of the people that I was telling you guys about. When he comes back, he might get a good 50 yards on it. I love Price too. Price. But they're saying that, and then from what I heard, and I think I did see this when it came to Price for Seattle, they're saying that he doesn't have to once he come in, he doesn't have to be the bell cow right off the bat. So that's something that we have to keep in mind as we get along in this year. I think that's something that we all got to keep an eye on. Um, they're saying he's not going to start yet. I don't see why, because I'm trying to think who will be the running back, because we all know that Walker's now with the Kansas City Chiefs. So it would be really interested on how are they going to go by this? What's the play here when it gets down to it? Um, how we're going to play this as we get along the year. So I think that's something that we got to keep an eye on as we go into the year, and see how where we go into the year. So um, let's just see how everything goes with everyone as we look at them. So I do like Price. I've been hearing some stuff about him, but he will not. From what I understand, he will not be starting. But they got him at number 6 for the fantasy. We got here a Tennessee player, the running back here, and I think Tennessee will probably do great. I think Tennessee is going to come out all guns blazing. Nicholas um, will probably do well as the running back for Tennessee. Titans. I think the Titans are going to mix their running and throwing game. They got a little bit of both. So I would not be surprised if we see a little bit of both from them. If you ask me, at the end of the day, I think that's where we'll have to see where we're going to assess with them. Where are they going to go once the season starts? And I think that's something that we have to keep in mind as we continue to look at them in this season with the Carolina. I mean Tennessee Titans. Everyone. So I think that's something we have to keep an eye on. And I think the running game is definitely going to be one of the running games of the year. It looks like we're just back at the top of the fantasy, but that's like your top fantasy running backs, guys. I rate about Scatterboo. I think when he comes back, he will be um that threat for everyone. I think he will really scare a lot of people. I think he will show everyone who he is. And no telling, the Giants will probably have a good, decent. They'll probably be in a spot. I think they are the only ones that scare me. I think if Washington Commanders don't come out and prove that, okay, last year was just the injuries and it was just, it wasn't a fluke from the year before that, then I think it's up to the Giants. I think the Giants will still be pretty decent on paper if you ask me. Looking at them, so that's something that we'll definitely have to keep an eye on as we go on to the new season for the NFL for these guys. Let's see if I have any more things that are saved, and we'll probably talk about some lines here. We'll look at some lines since I was telling you guys about some lines. Yes, I already told you guys about the Jenkins stuff. We already went over the. I would probably say that running back stuff because I want to have some running backs that I want to look out for. Let's look. We'll probably take a quick look at a couple people who gave some grading for the draft, and shouts out to underdogs, man. I used their mock draft. I love their mock draft. Um, Logo. Hey man, tag them if you are watching this and tell them, hey man, Miami Great gave you a shout out, man, because I do love their mock draft, and Miami the Great sent you over that way, man, because I feel like they have some great stuff. But Underdogs Fantasy Football, known on X as UD Football Show, gave their grade out. They graded one of the Cardinals players. They gave that player a S. They gave the Raiders a A. They gave Tennessee a. They gave the Saints a A. They gave actually the Eagles a A. And like I said, I've been hearing a lot about lemons, so we'll definitely have to see how that's going to play out. I want to see how that goes. I've been hearing a lot of stuff, so let's see. I can't wait to see that because I want to see how it's going to play out with him throughout the season. So I'm very excited with that. They gave the Cleveland Browns a, and they turn around and gave Seattle a too. Now who's all got to be on here? And this might be good for the Jets. The Jets have two players that have been graded as a B. So and that's not bad. I think that's actually good for them, and I think that's actually a good thing for them. If you ask me, I think that's something they do need. We'll have to see as we go along into the year when it comes to the Jets. Now, who got a C was the LA Rams. The Browns are back on here again. They are in that C. You got the Eagles in there with a C. You got the Steelers at a C grade. You got the 49ers at a C. You got the Broncos at C. You got the Miami Dolphins at a C. And you got Washington at C. C's, back at school, hey, we barely passing. Your mom might say, hey, bring that grade up. It ain't too bad. You kind of get that good, not decent talk. You won't get that, hey, go low into that. You already know what it is. So you don't want to come home lower grade than what that is. So, like I said, hey, pretty good grades right there from that right there. And we're going to go to the grades that we do not want to get. We're in the D. Someone put the Rams in the D, Saints, New England. You got the Raiders, you got the 49ers, you got the Commanders, you got Kansas City, you got Tennessee, and that D grade right there. So just be lookout for that, guys. So those are your grades where you had D's at right there. So just take a look out for that and just be mindful of that at the end of the day. So just be aware of that. Here you got an E. You got the E grade. Yeah, that looks like E, so it is an E. I want to make sure because I didn't know if that was an F or not. I was like, is that an F? So, but no, you actually got a F. So you got a You got E, you got Carolina, Falcons, Ravens, Cardinals. The Chargers are actually on here, which that's crazy because I feel like Chargers did pretty decent. You ask me. You got the Ravens again, the Dolphins, the Tampa Bay Bucks. You got New York. You got DC. You got Pittsburgh Steelers. And you got Chicago Bears. I mean, Browns. Here. So those are like gradings of the grade that the analysis gave me. You know how analysts break it down. You know, they love those analysts and stuff there. So you gotta take it there. So um we're gonna run one more back here. Um Let me look for some more. And like I say, I wanted to get some decent rankings here. We'll get some more. Let's look at some grading here. I think we got some more like actual grade where they spread it out. Let me make sure on this on the Yahoo Sports page. Let's make sure. Let's see. I'm gonna look through this because they gave a couple people a couple grades. So let me see. I might click on there and no, they don't. Let's see. I think this is a link. Is it? Mm, no, it's just actually just giving me the grades of who got an A and who got like the full list. I'm thinking like they was giving me a full list of the 32 teams of actually the grades on Yahoo, but they didn't. They just gave me like a um a short little list, so it wasn't like a big list of people who they gave me on the grading right there. So let's look for some more. Actually, okay, we got another grade actually for the teams, and guess what? It's gonna be back with the underdogs of underdog. So let's use them again. Like I say, shouts out to those guys. They pretty cool. They like one of my tweets a while back. So shouts out to those guys. I really love using their information because they do mostly what I do. But the Cardinals, they gave them a C minus. They gave the Falcons a C plus. They gave the Cardinals a B plus. The Bears a B minus, which is not bad. That means the Bears did good enough to um I would say get them, have people feel, great for them. So I do like that for them. I feel like it is what it is. So I I think that wide receiver is something they definitely was going to have to search for and dig for, if you ask me. They gave the my Dallas Cowboys a, so that's a green. So I guess green is good for them. They gave Green Bay a B minus, which is not bad. They gave the Detroit Lions a B minus. I guess E will be. I guess it's bad because it does have a red there. They gave the Rams a E and the red. And I talked to you guys Tuesday about how I felt like the head coach, and I might find the clip. I might still got it. I thought I did of the head coach just being really upset about the actual drafting of that quarterback who they draft, and I think a lot of people were shocked about that. So they did not get a good grade from the underdog draft guys. So and I don't blame them. I feel like yeah, that was a weird. It was just like what are we doing? And I couldn't figure it out either. They gave the Vikings a B. So Vikings and they got a solid B. They didn't get a B minus, so that's pretty good. The Saints got a B minus. Here they gave them a B minus, which is just good. As you can see, and I do agree with this grade here. The New York Giants got an A, and I think they did get a good. I think in the draft they did do well. I told you guys I love the way they draft I love the defense they drafted. I love they got a few pieces here and there. I think the Giants could be another team that could win their division too. So that is a team I will be looking out for. Actually, the Eagles got A minus, which I'm very shocked in. I think once we um move AJ Brown, I think from what I'm hearing, All I heard was they um are gonna probably get a some picks. So I think that's all we'll get from them if you ask me. So and I'm cool with that. We could get some picks because it could be something in the draft that if something goes, well, we have to see some more pieces. There you go. You got your pieces where you can go from there. So I think that's something that we'll have to keep a lookout for as we get along to this season. I think the Eagles, I think they're gonna have maybe one of the toughest roles of them all. Now I'm really surprised about this grade they gave the 49ers a C, but I feel like the same thing. The 49ers didn't do enough to do what they need to do. But I think the 49ers, the way they draft, they feel like on paper the team they have was already good enough to, I guess the vets they got are will be good enough to get them to where they need to get to. And like I say, you always want to go into this season feeling like you want to have a winning season, and I think that's all you ever want as we go into the season. They gave Seattle Seahawks a C. You gave Tampa Bay a minus, which is not bad. You give the Cardinals, the Commanders. I said Cardinals. Washington Commanders, they got an A, solid A, which is good. Hey, A is good, and they're in the greens. Baltimore Ravens actually got a B minus. A minus. I'm not shocked. Um, like I say, I'm not too sold on the Ravens just yet. I know a lot of people are, but I'm not sold on them. I have to see where we go when we get into the nitty gritty of where we're going to go with them. So I think that's something that we'll continue to see as we have talks with the season that we have talks with. So we'll definitely see from them. So shouts out to everyone on that. So let's see. Here we got Buffalo actually got a C plus. I think because Buffalo already, and I'm really shocked, but I think because Buffalo already got their team kind of set. I don't think they had to get too much. They probably got a piece here, piece there. So I'm not shocked about this grade from them. I do probably agree with this. They probably felt like they didn't need too much. They probably felt like they didn't want to get too much, and I think that's what their plans was. But we'll have to see. I think on paper, the Buffalo Bills, even before the draft, is still maybe one of the teams that you want. I think a lot of teams are going to have to say we got to beat this team for them not to get there, and because if we don't, they get over the time they're going to get better and better and better, and you don't want that to happen. I think the Buffalo Bills, they've got so close so many times. I think this is the one time they got to say, "Hey, we got to get over this hump. We got to get through this, and we got to get by." And I think that will be something that um, they will have to carry on into this year. Where are we at? We got Cincinnati Bengals. They gave them a B. You got Cleveland Browns. They got an A plus. You got Broncos. They got a C plus. I think because the Broncos, I feel like they already got the pieces that they had. They probably was also a team I felt like maybe got pieces here and there, but I don't think they would have to went in deep in getting that splash players. Houston is another team too. Houston, they got them down for a B minus. That's another team. Actually, the Colts have a great grade. I didn't think the Colts did well in the draft myself, if you ask me, but that's just me. So I mean, I didn't think that, but I feel like that's a team that I when it came to draft, I didn't feel like they did enough. But I mean, they got an A minus, so we'll see. The Jacksonville Jaguars got an F, so you can get an F. Geez, so they're believing that um they believe that they did not draft well, if you ask me. So that is something that is very um shocking, if you ask me. So hey, we'll have to see, if you ask me, Let's see. We're at the Kansas City Chiefs. Actually got an A minus, and the Chiefs, man, God, they already are loaded. They already I feel like it's gonna be that team that gonna be well no matter what. Um are they still scary? Yes. Man, I just look, a lot of teams, the Chargers have to come out swinging. The 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 um the Broncos got to come out swinging. A lot of teams have to come out swinging, and I think that's something that you want to do when you come out the this season. So that's something that I think we'll definitely have to go into and see how everything will go as we move along into this season. So that's something I think I would definitely look into. Um, the Raiders actually got an A, which I do agree with that. They did do that, but I still feel like it's a develop season, a develop time for them. I feel like they will probably do a little better, but will they be better than they was at first? Maybe not. I think we'll have to see how things go for them. And I think that's the main big thing for them. Where do we go from here? What's next for here for them? And I think that's the question they're gonna have to ask themselves as they go along this year. So we'll see how things go for them. At the end of the day, um, we'll have to assess everything and see how they assess this. I feel like the Raiders are going to just be 2 years. They'll be good, but they won't be good enough in their division. I think the Chiefs will always be better than them. Their team is not built like that. You got the Cardinals. I mean, not the Cardinals, but the Chargers. They got to be. The Dolphins got to be. Well, no, the Chargers have a B plus. My bad. The Miami Dolphins have a B plus. The New England Patriots have a B minus. The actually New York has a C plus. They grade them at a C plus. They have the Pittsburgh Steelers at a B minus, and Tennessee is at a B minus. I really feel like Tennessee did very well in the draft. If you ask me, but hey, this is their grading. Some of those grades I do agree on. I like some of them, so I do agree with some of the grading that they did with the teams that they picked. I just felt like some of the teams that they did have did do well in some departments, but I mean, like I said, that was just from something I seen with my own eyes. I think right off the bat, I feel like this was one of the most shocking drafts, and I really never watched the draft. I really always you know waited till the season started and came in blind. I think the more I tried to watch the game and see who's who, so I can know how to bet. I think that was one of my biggest strategies this year coming into this year, just really having a thought and a mind of who to bet on when we came into this season. So I think that was something that my mindset was on, trying to really study with you guys and just really doing the show to have a decent mind of where do we go from this year. Let me see here. I was trying to look at my bookmarks, but I guess it went out of it. I was trying to see did I have anything more because we're almost halfway into the show, and we'll probably go over here on DraftKings and get some about what we have on the DraftKings. I think that's something that we have to, come over here and ahead and take a look at. And I think that's something that we all will look at because I think that we got to get ready for those that season, for those bets and knowing where your lines at, knowing where your odds at. I think you always want to. I tell you guys, you want to hop on that pretty early throughout the year and get on them now. And I will explain why here in a minute. Oh, here is the. Here's one video here. I think I did show you guys this. Let's see here. Can I turn on the sound? The oh, okay. So I'm gonna stop it. Share, and this is the. I think this is the first video, guys, of the phone call. I think I did show this to you guys, and we did talk about this. So I'm gonna.
Excited to get to work with you. Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun, buddy.
Let's go make history, Coach.
Yeah, no, and hey, enjoy your family. We're excited to meet him, and can't wait to get going with you, buddy.
Yes, sir. Coach, appreciate you.
Okay.
So the whole video, they were saying that basically Sean McVay was kind of looking like he wasn't too happy about the pick. I talked about this with you guys on Tuesday. Either myself, it was maybe like I said to you guys, a pick that I didn't feel like was maybe a wise decision. He's a little there on age, but he still has a few years left. Especially, Tom Brady has showed us if you can stay healthy, you're good to go. And so I think that's something that we've seen. I'm going to try to find the actual video of him doing the interview here, guys, for you guys, since we can pull it up before we get into anything. I thought I had it, but let me see real quick. And yeah, you had a lot of people saying that Sean May was kind of a little pissed the way his demeanor was from the video. Like I say, I showed you guys, and I'm going to show you guys the actual um the video that went viral. I think I'm gonna make sure if I still got it here because I thought I had it bookmarked, but I might don't no more. Okay, I do got it. I do have it. It up here for you guys, and we're gonna actually play it here, and I'm gonna show you guys. Okay, so this is the video that everyone's talking about. And after this, we'll get on. Let me pull up. I'll talk about some DraftKings bets here in a minute. So let's talk about some DraftKings bets real quick, and we're gonna after that we're gonna go ahead and close it out here. But I want to show you the Sean McVay viral clip of when I'm here on the after the draft of T.Y. Simpson, and that's why everybody was saying, right there, this was before he even after he got off the phone. You had this clip here of him right here of him, and we're gonna play this, and I want you guys to just take a look at it and just tell me what you guys think.
Yeah, I did. Between us. We'll see. He's going to compete with Stetson.
See that he's kind of looking like he's a little upset um with the whole thing because they was asking him what do you think about the pick, and he was like, I'll keep that between us. He was like he is going to compete with Stafford, which I mean I wouldn't see. I mean Stafford's going to be your quarterback. um we know the things that's still going on with Puka too. We can't forget about that. And I don't. I think Puka is such an elite player that I feel like even though with the things that's going on, I think he still will dig deep and still be a great player. If you ask me, I think Puka would do some phenomenal stuff and phenomenal numbers. But like I said, a lot of people saying this, and this was like right after that whole thing where he went berserk and everyone was like, hey, you know, you gotta, just do this or do that. It was stuff that was going on with that. So I think that was something that you got to see from them. So uh, we'll see how that goes. I still think the Rams could still. This only hope this doesn't cause a distraction for the Los Angeles Rams. I feel like they still could be a team that could still get over the hump. You ask me, I mean, hey, I'm pretty sure T.Y. Simpson is not going to start. Let's just be real. He's not going to start um, for that. So I just think that he's not going to just start at all. So that's just something we got to keep in mind, keep open mind about as we get on into this into the year. So we'll see what happens as we talk about the NFL season um coming up. But let's go ahead and get into some draft picks, guys. Always remember, these draft picks are brought to you by DraftKings, guys. Always bet responsibly when you're doing the betting. So just remember that, guys. Just a few things here. I'm gonna break down. Let me go into this first, so we can actually have that. I think I'm on the wrong one, so let me go into this one. And we're going to go into some new lines, and we're going to talk about that stuff here. We're going to go into sports book. So let's go into sports book. Maybe I got to go more. Odds, NFL odds. We're going to talk about this, and we're going to go over some film. Jesus. We're going to go to some things like this, and then talk about this. Let's see. Why is my so low? Hopefully, it will pull up for you guys. Okay. Hopefully that pulls up. We'll get some lines here. I want you guys to see the lines that they got for um, for draft. Let's go. Okay, there we go. So we got some new stuff. Basically, we already talked about this, but I think this is the new stuff right here where we had the rookie future guys. Um, we're going to go ahead. I'm going to run down this real quick. As we know, it says rookie of the year. Um, if I had to take a pick, man, and I'm looking. Love is high, but they saying they're not going to use love. I like this one here. I like the take. We're going to look at that, and we'll take a look at take. Lemon, I would put him in that, but I don't know because I think the Eagles may throw to him here and there, but it'll be very hard. I'm looking around to see. I wouldn't be surprised about Cooper Jr. That would be a sleeper, maybe. Price, I love the Price one. So we'll go. Okay, this is all we got. So let's go with a couple of probably no brainers. I don't know if Love is going to actually start or get some touches. So that would kind of worries me if I want to go into him. But if you still want to go with him, I go straight safe bet, Miami safe bet. I preach it a lot in the Discord. I think it's one of the Discord things I do. It doesn't matter, no matter what. So I mean, it's one of the main things that you have to maybe preach at the end of the day. So it's one of the things. So let's go safe bet. Let's just do $2. That's only 7. Not too bad. It's a low bet. I know you want to bet a little higher. You want to get a bigger bankroll, but you don't want to go too crazy. Now, if you want to spare 25, I say 25 may be the highs you want to go on this because, like I say, I don't know too much of if Love is going to go all the way with that, so that's something that you want to keep in mind as we go along with the NFL season here. So I think that's something that you want to just go straight into and just say, hey, is this something we want to do as we go along with our bets for today? So I think that's something we have to see. I say don't go no higher than that because I don't know if Love is going to play, guys. So let's just go safety Miami safe bet with that. Now, I do love this tape one. I think this one could hit. Um, I would say do your high roller here. Now, I ain't saying go big high roller because big high roller with 500, which will get you 3,000, but that's too big. Let's go 50. 50 will get you 300. If you want to do a high roller, which is a high roller is no risk, no reward, because once this is locked, I think at a certain point you won't be able to cash out. You gotta ride this all the way to the end of the year, if I'm not mistaken. I think this payout will end once they start giving out the rewards for for um for the bets. So I think that's something that you have to keep in mind, guys. Let's go. I like this Price one, guys. Let's go here. He's at a plus. He's at a plus. Um, let's move this, guys. I don't want it to be in your way. He's at a plus 750. You don't want to go too far out. Don't do too crazy. Could this hit? Maybe. High risk. The high risk, high reward. The high roller bet. I put 75 in there, but this is not your safe bet. Your Miami safe bet. I think this will be one I would do my safe bet on. This is your high one. Let's see what the high one pays out. We're at $75. The payout will be $637. But this might be one I will probably try to go a little safe with, which is not bad. With $7 and it still gets you $59. Because like I say, this bet only pays out at the end of the year. Once the season is near to an end. So you have to remember that, guys. You want to remember that this payout doesn't pay out until you get to the end of the year. So you want to remember that as you get to the end of the year. So just remember that. Remember your payout as we go along throughout the year. So let's go here. This is one of your safe ones. So you want to come I think that's a good one. Let's go another one. I did my Miami safe bet. I think here is a good one too. I'm not gonna lie to you, Tyler. But if you want to go high roller, which is be 60, you want to go $60, you get $420. If you want to go high roller, like I say, always remember you want to no risk, no reward. Here, guys. So you want to make sure that you guys are doing um the high roller bet that wants this in and saying. But I always say if you want to go safe bet, go down to $6, which is still not bad because right now the odds are pretty good. You want to go in there, put that in there now. I said go in there and put it in there now. Why not? Go ahead and just do with it and get it over with. So I think that's something that you have to go with there at the end of the day. So yeah, just go with that bet there. Um yeah, so yes, do your safe bet there. This is another one I do like. Lemon pepper has some good odds, so why not? Take it. Um, I wouldn't say go high roller on here if you don't want to. But we're gonna check out your high roller bankroll. What if you put that in there? So your bankroll will be $95, guys. So that's for your high rollers right there. And you just pay out for the high rollers right there, guys. If you want to do that and you want to put that in there, so you want to put your 95 in there, you can go ahead if you want to and put that in there. But you want to go down to your Miami safe bet. Let's go down to $9, which would still be 94. That's basically what you would have probably would put in there. So you're basically winning most of your odds of what you would have put in there to get a bigger amount. So I think that's something that you have to go with if you're not if there's not something that you want to do as your bankroll. You want to probably go a decent amount. Go ahead. I like lemon. I think it could hit. Um, if I'm looking around with it, he will probably be most watched here. Like I say, I see why Taylor's is a little lower because he is like maybe one of the wide receivers that was looked at in the draft. So that's something and you got a big, you know, thing right here going. So why not? I like this Cooper one. I can say take it. The odds are really, really high, but that's not a bad thing. Could it hit? Maybe. I mean, it's early right now, so this could go down throughout the season. So you might want to catch it now. Like I say, because this will end up. So if you want to go big roll, big bank roll, you gonna for you big high rollers there. If you want to go big roll, high roller right there, you gonna go. You can go. What's that? $180. So that payout will be $3,042. That's because those odds are really high and really up there, guys. As you can see, we're at a plus 1,800. So you're matching your odds, which most of the majority of the time you do get people who do bets. They kind of match the odds to try to get that big payout. But I call this your high roller um, payout, guys. So I think that's something that you got to keep in mind. Now, if you want to go down some and go a little lower, um, let's go down one more. And this is not one of your Miami safe bets. This is just a little lower. Just if your bankroll is not that big. I put $80 on there. Right now, the odds will get you in a payout will be $1,520. That's not bad, but remember this has it, and you have to wait for this until the end of the year, guys. So this is like an end of the year reward. Remember, this is the rookie of the year. And like I say, this could be one of the people that could be favored. You never know. You got to think about who will be maybe the top performers, who people will keep an eye on throughout the year. As we look at it, I'm looking around and I'm trying to see, do I see any more names that really sting that I could say could be another sleeper? But those are the names I would pick right there. Let's go down a little lower, guys. Let's go to our Miami safe zone bet that I would do, guys, if I was you guys, especially with this bet, because the odds are pretty high. We're down to $8, and it still will get us $152, which is not bad. But you have to remember, guys, this has to hit for you guys that get that payout, that big payout. If you want that big payouts to hit, so I think that's something that you want to remember as you go along into the season. So let's not forget that, guys. I think that's something that we want to see hit um, um, this year. So let's see what else we got here. Let's go ahead and close that out because we don't want that no more. I think, like I say, that was sort of maybe the rookies right here. You would go now. Defensive player of the year might be one of the hardest ones that would go pretty much maybe um probably hard for me. I'm not gonna lie. It could be one of the ones that you could say, will it go? Will it actually happen? Maybe. Will it not? I think defensive player here, you can go a lot of different ways, guys. Man, oh man, I see a lot of different ways we can go with this, guys. Let's go ahead and just start with the. I'm gonna go low here because this can go a lot of different ways. I'm trying to see if y'all got somebody so low, and I'm looking at a name right off the bat. I like this T.J. Parker. I have heard about him. Could he get it? Maybe. His odds are pretty crazy. They're 3,000. You don't want to go 300, but hey, this is for your high rollers. High rollers. There you go. There. If you want to go high roller there, we put 300 in there, so you're kind of. I wouldn't say you're matching your odds. You're kind of halfway matching it because really matching it will be 3,000. I would not say go that crazy over it. That's kind of pretty too high, guys. I wouldn't say go that high, but it's on you. You got to think about how high you want to go on that. So that's something that you have to want to do on your own. So that's something we have to see if you ask me here. So let's see how that goes with them. I say start off with that if you want to go. I mean, if you are a high roller. Let's go down to a decent amount, which is $30. That's like you're right there in the middle. You're still getting $930, but that's not your safe bet. I would do a safe bet on this one because he could get it, but hey, anything can happen. I go down 3 just in case, but $3 right now. If you went in there and put just 3 on there, and this hits, this is going to get you $93. Not bad, guys. That's pretty much of a good, decent bet. You ask me. At the end of the day, I think it's a great bet if you ask me. Um, at the end of the day, so you have to just wait, and we just have to really wait and see how this is going to go at the end of the day when we look down into it. Let's go to another bet here that I'm looking at that I do like here. Starting from the bottom, and we're going to work our way to the top because I think, like I said, I see a lot of guys. I do see. I love this fucking flicking one. I have heard a lot about him. It could go out to be that. Let's go high roller payout. Um, we're going to start off with $250. That's going to be your high roller payout. Pay. You're gonna if you put that in there, that gets you 6,500 dollars. That's a payout. You hit that defensive rookie of the year right here with him. So that's a start off with that. I love the CJ Allen one. He's pretty high too. If you want to go with CJ Allen, their odds are almost pretty much quite the same. But if you want to see it, that's $220. I say that's your high roller play there. If you want to play that out, you got your high roller there. So it's like $220. That will be your payout. Your payout will be $5,000, $5,060 if is your payout. Let's go safe bet. So let's go down a little bit with your safe bet. No, actually, we're going to go into your middle. This will not be your safe bet. My bad. You're going to be in the middle. We're right in the middle. That's $22. $22 is your bet you put in. You're going to get a $506 payout. This is not your safe bet, but it's a bet you want to do. You can put that in, and that's how much you get paid out. I would go this way because, I mean, this is 50-50. And this has me a 50-50 way. So I will go, if it was me, I would go Miami safe bet at $2. And that will only get you $46. But I know a lot of people want to get that big payout, that big cash out, that big pay. So I think that's something that I think a lot of people would want to do. Let's go another one. I love this Caleb. I love this Downs. I'm surprised Downs has a big odds. I would not go 750, guys. This is for your high rollers. Right here, $750. Is very high. Because the possibilities of this hitting is very, very high. So this is a very bet that could hit or could not hit. Just remember that, guys. But if you did go 700, if you put it $750 high rollers, you will get a $6,000. You'll get a $6,375 payout. At the end of the year, that will be a payout. Nice payout. I think that it won't be around Christmas, but it'll be pretty close. I think New Year's, if I'm not mistaken. So you'll bring in the New Year's with that money. Let's go down a little lower than this. Let's go $75. You're right there in the middle. This is your middle pay. Put in money. You're at $75. You're going to get a payout of $637. I will go my Miami safe bet here because I am a little on the fence about it. I'm not saying it could hit. I would not be surprised if it wouldn't hit. I wouldn't be surprised if it would hit. I think this could be a possibility it could hit. Here, I think Downs is a great player and does a great job. This could have the possibilities of hitting. You can go ahead and put that in there. You want to do your Miami safe bet, $7. You put that $7 in there, you will get $59. But like I say, most people, when you're gambling, they want to get the big payout. Sometimes you want to build your bankroll, so you won't have to put money in because it's not guaranteed to hit. Start off small. Get your small. If you hit here and there, that money that you are winning, you can keep using that to put back in there. That's something I've been doing lately, and it's been kind of type of working here and there. So it all depends on how much you hit and what you're betting on. I do love this Sonny Styles. This is something that I would go big bankroll on. I wouldn't go the whole $750, guys. If you ask me, that's just me. I wouldn't do that whole full thing. But the payout is six thousand $375 for Sony Styles. So that's something that you have to take a look at. And for your high rollers, that's a decent payout. Um, I would I would not be too much afraid to go in the middle here, 75, because that's still a good $637. That's pretty decent. This could hit. I would not be surprised. I think Sony Styles will be very watched, and this could possibly hit. If you still want to go down to your Miami safe bet here, let's go down and let's put in a good safe bet. You can go down to $7, which still is $59, which is not bad, man. Because I mean, hey, if you do lose this, you only lost $7. Not too bad, but it's a decent amount. Reese, I mean, this could hit too. I do like this. Like I said, you don't want to go your high. I don't think I would go high roller because, like I say, high rollers are the people who want to hit this and get that big payout and have that big payout for your cappers that's out there. That's what it's called, not people who are capping, guys. So calm down. It's the cappers who get the big payouts. I think this is something they try to definitely go for when they try to do a good payout, a decent payout. And I think this is what they look for here, if you ask me. So this is something to look out for as we go into this season. I think this could hit. Another one that could hit, and I'm not surprised the odds are low. Hold up, oh dang. Let's go back to this. We did not get done with this. We went 650. Let's go $65 for Reese. That gives you a $475 payout there. You're gonna go down to 6 for Miami safe bet. And here we will go. I will go Bailey. Bailey, you don't gotta go 450. That's a $2,475 payout. That's for your high rollers there. If you want to go in that middle, which is not too bad, $45, that will get you 200 and $47. He's right there at the top. So a lot of people are going to click that quick, guys. So that the odds on that could hit and could not hit. It could be sometimes one of these lower people. So sometimes be aware of that. It's kind of tricky. I would not be surprised if it doesn't hit. I think he could hit, but if you just not for sure, you want to go that Miami safe bet, go that $4. That's only $22. I know it's not much, it's not a lot, but it could get you a decent amount there. There. Let's do one more before we get out of here, guys, because we're almost at our ending mark. Let's see, passing yards. Oh yeah, this is one I wanted to do. I would not touch this, guys. I don't think he's going to pass that much. I don't think he would probably start. This is probably what I call a bet trap. That's what we're going to call this. These are bets to sucker you in, sucker bets. I wouldn't do it, but if you want to do it, go ahead and take it, guys. This is something I would do. This is for your rookies too. This is the only guy that's on there. It's got passing TDs. Now, could he come in every now and then? I don't know. I don't think he still will. I would say, hey, you want to do that 15, go ahead. But you see 15, 20, because he could get that. We'll see weirder things happen. Hell, even go 25 if you want to. It's good odds right now, but I don't think he's going to start. Right here, I love this lemon pepper one. Guys, here, as we get down to the end, I think here, if I was going lemon pepper, I would do the 750. I would just go ahead and take that. The odds are at 120. I wouldn't do 120. I would put 12 in there. I'll put 12 in there. I think that's the lowest you can go. I wouldn't even put $1 in there. And yes, it's only $26, but I think you still get it. I don't think you want to do your high roller here because He could get it, he could not get it. These are yards. So it's 750 yards, guys. So remember that. So I mean he could get that. So I mean, I think he could. He's a beast. I think he will get some decent yards. We got a few people on here. Here, I want to probably take him. Tyler's. He's gonna probably have a crazy y'all year, and you see he's already in the negative, so people are already taking him up for that offer. You see here, yeah, this might actually happen. I would not lie. I would probably even do that. I would probably take this. He might get it. He might get it. Put 17 on there. He might get this 1,000 plus yards. He could get it. The Titans might go crazy. That payout will be $46 though if you want to go 16. I think that's the lowest I would go. So that will be your Miami safe bet there, guys, on Taylor's. On the yards, it'll be most yards, most receiving yards, guys. So remember that. Just keep that in note. I see Cooper's on here. Cooper Jones. He was one of the people I said could be rookie of the year. So he's got to get into that 1,000 range or more. They don't even got a range for him. So you can see there that he's already going against the odds. They don't even got him having probably a good season there. So we'll see there. I wouldn't put nothing on CJ. I have to see KC. I have to see his how he develops. Lemon Pepper receiving touchdowns. Oh man, you got 4, 6, and 6 is easy. Take this money, man. They giving away money. They're giving away money. Now I wouldn't go the whole full $160, but $16 right now. I'm not gonna lie. You go ahead and take that, man, and get that $16. I'll probably do that if I get a little winning money off of DraftKings. I've been winning more money on FanDuel than DraftKings lately. But hey, if your bankroll right, hey man, get that 16, man. That's easy money. I feel like that's easy. Six TDs, that's a payout. I think that payout pay out quick. Once that hits green, you like, man, we good. I think that's an easy word. 6 easy because the Eagles love passing. I think they're going to pass more than anything. This is another one, Taylor. I would put him 10 and 12. I think he'll at least get 10 TDs. You want to be in the safe. You go to 10 TDs. This is another one that's pretty much easy. $55. There you go, 300. I think you can get that. Even if you don't want to do 10, he's going to at least get you 8. Probably get you 8. So 8 is good right now. I think 8, he'll get you at least 8. There, you put $20 on there, 60. You know, I think 8. You want to go that safe odds, try to be like, okay, he could hit 8. Yeah, I think he could get you 8. I think 8 could be good. Takes here. I wouldn't mind doing 10 and 8. So this is another 8. I would go here. Here, so go 8 if you want to. So go 8. Another $22 you want to go, $71. There. I do like that. If you want to go 10, go 10. I wouldn't go 60 on it, but because that's kind of pretty high, but he might get it. I'm not gonna lie. There on that. They got most of the rookies. Rushing yards, guys, they already got the rushing yards price. I would not put because their same price might won't be the bell cow. So I'm a little shaky on price. He might get 750, and you got these odds are low, so he might won't get that. That's a sucker bet. Love, he could get that 750. I don't got most of these rookies. You got to kind of think about rookies. And could they get it? Could they not get it? Maybe. Rushing TDs. You got only Love on there, which is kind of weird. I did see that. It could be a sucker bet, guys, so make sure you remember that. Go 8 if you want to. We got Bailey. It's got sacks. You got 6, 8. You got him down for 10. I think that rookie of the year for these guys got to get real high. Reese, I will put him down for 6. I love Reese. I think I'm suspecting a lot from Reese. I will put him down for that 6 sacks. Why not? I think 6 sacks. Yeah, it comes easy, but you got to think about it. These guys are on that line. They're vet linemen. So there. We got defenses, interceptions. And it's got Caleb Downs. They got him for 4 interceptions, man. Take it. I think that's free money. Take that. It's 50. You want to put $50 on there? I think he'll get 4. I think that's good money. Why not? I think he'll get 4. I think 4 would be easy. It's a whole season. He should get 4. I think he will probably be the one I would put down for 4. Because the odds are good. Why not? For that. So yeah, so that's your future rookie futures bets, guys, for DraftKings. Shouts out to DraftKings, guys. Shouts out to the 107 people, guys, for coming through. If you guys don't know, this is the inside NFL mind of Miami. Powered you by DWE TV. Shouts out to you guys. Thank you guys for joining me every Tuesday and Thursdays until the NFL season starts. Tuesday will be replaced by the EVP recaps, where me and CJ will be recapping the whole NFL weekend, the week on there, and we'll just basically be running down what we thought about the games, how we thought about the games, and how the games play out. And guess what? Tuesdays, I will be starting off the week, because actually Tuesdays is the new week for the sports. So me and CJ do sports. Also, if you guys want to tune in into some more sports, join our new teammates here, the Smoke Session podcast. That's with DWE TV now. Shouts out to those guys. They talk about wrestling, sports, entertainment, everything, guys. So please come. I mean, the DWE working big. We're always looking for people to join us. So, hey, never know. Never be afraid to DM us and say, how can I join the team? Because the team is growing. Shouts out to everyone. Shouts out to After the Slam podcast. Shouts out to the Golden Boy EVP from the EVP show on YouTube. So give him a follow on YouTube. Like I say, give the Smoke Session podcast a follow. Give the Greg and Kyle now rundown. Be out on the lookout for them. They will actually start Monday. Shouts out to the Smoking Podcast for filling in them. Greg wasn't feeling too well this Monday, so they filled in for Greg for Monday and filled in for us. So shouts out to them for doing that. Thanks you guys for doing that. This week they had a RCW wrestler on their podcast. Matter of fact, it was yesterday. Sorry for the technical difficulties. Look, my internet's acting great today, because before I got on, I reset it and everything. I should have did that, but that's box. I'm going to probably get a new box, guys. My box is mad acting crazy lately. But make sure you give those guys a follow. That is the DWE team. If you want to follow me and know when I come on live Tuesday, 6 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time on the Miami Great 305 page or the Talk It Up page. I thought someone was going to go live, but they didn't. But hey, that's how it is. We got so many people, so I had to get off of that page and come on to my page. But hey, you guys are still here, so thank you guys. I am actually live on YouTube. That's Talk It Up podcast on YouTube, where we're live. They'll now go live on YouTube with the sports, and I go live. We go live with the DWE radio, the radio that's not on the radio, but guess what? We're on YouTube, and we're on Twitch, and we're on Spotify. We have up to 17, 18 episodes of DWE radio already. If you guys do like wrestling and want to catch up, if you've been missing out, DWE radio is the place where you can go back and listen to everything, and we can kind of get you caught up on what you've been missing out on, so you won't be lost. Especially people who probably left and came back, and now Roman's the champion. As you can see, he's in my background. That's my boy. That's my guy. So yeah, join us for that. We do that every Saturday, 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And also, if you miss me Tuesday, guess what? I'm back live Thursday inside the NFL Mind of Miami. Well, guess what? I'm on here to talk about news, trades, signings, releases, bets, and we do a lot of game talk like we did today. Showing y'all a couple clips. So shouts out to you guys for stopping by. Thank you guys for everyone who came by and joining me today. And if you want to catch me again, it's going to be on DWE Radio on Saturday, 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We have a new episode this Saturday. You have to wait and see what the name of that episode will be, because I'm not going to release that here. Guess what? You got to go and follow me on X. What that X name is, it's Miami the Great 305 on X. And that's Talk It Up Podcast on X. And also follow us on Twitch. That's DWE Radio on Twitch. That's all together, guys. And like I say, on YouTube, go subscribe to us on YouTube. We got a lot of videos, shorts, and everything over there. So, guys, go check that out on YouTube. That's Talk It Up Podcast on YouTube. So we are out of here, guys. I'm going to catch you guys later. Before we're out of here. So I will see you guys Tuesday. If it slows down a little bit, I think I'll wait till we get close to miniature camp, because I don't think camp started. It was a little slow today for news today, guys. So I'm trying to wait till this season actually started, because I think it will start picking up, because it will probably get a little low here because we're nowhere near the NFL season. So maybe I'll start back going live for one day. It'll probably be on Tuesday, since me and CJ do Tuesday, and I might skip Thursday. But we'll see how it goes. How does the news come out? Because now camp has started. We'll see. We'll probably have some more news come out. We'll see if news picks back up, because basketball is about to slow down. But other than that, guys, I am out. I'm your boy. I'm your host, your boy, Miami the Great. And you always remember, guess what? There's only one DWE, and we're DWE TV. And always remember, we lead, baby. I am out. Catch you guys Tuesday. If you don't see me Tuesday, you can see me Thursday. Always remember, we're number ones. Peace.
Hey, okay, let it be known. I'm working hard when I ain't on the phone. This ain't a home, this ain't a phone. Call never stopping, I'm keeping it cold. Unlocking the door.